Hey guys, and welcome back to Battlefront Updates and a Star Wars Battlefront 2 news roundup. We got quite a lot of things to talk about today, both some information from Ben and some details I got at EA Play from the little roundtable discussion we had together with Dennis and the other developers. So first of all, Season 2 Part 2 is obviously out now if you haven't noticed, so make sure to jump on if you want to try out the new skins, play some Extraction or try out Kessel. A couple of things to note is that you cannot currently play Ewok Hunt because it's not available in the menu, but Ben has confirmed that it will be coming back, and you might also have seen all the changes they've done to the Ewok Hunt in the patch notes. So they're simply gonna rotate some of the game modes around, such as Jetpack Cargo, which is now back, and Ewok Hunt, and so on. And a big discussion has been the hero prices and what they could potentially be once they arrive, because the new Falcon is actually 35,000 credits to unlock, which a lot of people think is too much, and I fully agree on that, especially since it's a vehicle that is so similar to, well, the other two Falcons we already have in the game. And Ben did create a post about the hero pricing 1 or 2 days ago, where he did say that the 4 new heroes they confirmed will be costing less than legendary appearances. So that's really all we know. That could mean 60,000, 40,000, 30,000 or something like that. And obviously they have a couple of months now to decide, depending on when the Clone Wars content will arrive. And my personal opinion is that I don't think there's anything wrong with having a credit price on heroes. Most games have something you can work towards. In this case it might be the heroes and the skins. And as long as they set it to a reasonable level, I really don't mind that little grind. Because it's the same thing as having to grind for the last blasters or the last star cards. There's really no difference because you can't buy them for crystals. That was the problem back at launch. You could just buy a bunch of loot crates, get a lot of credits, and then unlock the heroes. Now it will only be through gameplay. And some people have been saying, what about the new players who jump into the game? They might just want to play as General Grievous. Well, I'm sorry to say, but you're gonna have 16 out of 20 heroes available instantly when you start playing the game, and I think that's more than enough for a new player. And besides, you get credits super fast in the beginning, so getting 30 or 40,000 is probably gonna take you a few hours only. So I think that's something that's worth noting, and for those of us who've played for quite a while, well, we're gonna have enough credits nevertheless. And I also think it's worth bringing up that they've actually boosted the credit gain yet again in the recent patch, because now you can get upwards to like 900 credits from one Galactic Assault match, as opposed to the previous 660, which I think was the cap. But there are crucial things here. First of all, the price needs to be reasonable. It can't just be like 80,000 or 75,000 for one hero. That is too much in my opinion, and I think something more like 30 or 40,000 would be reasonable for these heroes. And also I think they need to announce those in far advance. So if they release the roadmap now in late June and announce exactly when the heroes will come out and how much they will cost, that will give us months to save up credits, at which point I don't think anyone should be able to complain about those credit prices. But if they say, oh, by the way, we're releasing General Grievous tomorrow for 60,000, then that's pretty bad, because that means people will not have time to prepare. It means that people who really want to play him at launch can't do so unless they've saved up a lot of credits. So I just wanted to get my thoughts in there regarding the hero pricing. I don't mind paying credits for new heroes, but it needs to be reasonable and it needs to be announced in advance so that we have time to save up. And of course, it should not be available for crystals. The new ship wasn't, so I'm not worried that the new heroes will be either. But now over to some exciting news regarding the squad system in Battlefront 2. We did get some details about that at the roundtable discussion we had at EA Play, but I wasn't really sure what from that discussion we could share. But the Reddit moderators that participated posted some details about this on Reddit that I think was actually verified by Ben, so I thought I could bring it up as well. And this squad system is basically gonna be a 4-player squad, and the great thing about this is that it actually limits the party size, so you will not see 10-man clans joining a game and absolutely destroying it anymore. It's gonna be a 4-man cap, and the squad system is gonna be like the partner system in the last game, but with 4 people instead, which means that you will see a third-person camera of your squad mates, and they can pick one to spawn on as long as they're not in combat. So it's gonna be a little bit of a mix between the partner system of the last game and the squad system in Battlefield, and there won't be any squad leaders that you need to have to spawn on, basically. But keep in mind that this is work in progress, and these are the details that we got, so it could change for when it's actually implemented. But to me, this sounds like a really good system for team play, and especially, of course, for the new non-linear game mode that sounds a bit like Conquest. And I'm guessing that the squad system and that game mode might be released at the same time, because I feel like they both kind of rely on each other in some way. And if we move on, Ben gave us a quick little update regarding Crate, which is currently actually removed from both the Galactic Assault and Blast map rotation, and this was because they found a bug on the map which was too late in the patching process. So instead of having to resubmit the entire solo patch and delaying the patch for weeks, they took out those two maps from the rotation, and they will be back in an upcoming hotfix that they have planned. And in some other exciting news, they will be rolling out some matchmaking changes in the coming days. And as you know, they've tried this a couple of times and there has been issues, but this time they're actually testing it in the live environment. And at the end of each round, you will see that the matchmaking shuffles around, and there will apparently also be a button that you can press to manually force the matchmaking. I'm not quite sure what that means. Does that mean that anyone can trigger the matchmaking so the entire server shuffles around? It sounds a bit weird, but maybe that's the case. But the end goal here for them was to test these matchmaking changes and team balance changes in the live environment, and then we can give the feedback to that, and after that they can decide on how they're going to continue. So this won't be a permanent change yet, but it's going to be a test, and if we like it and if it works well, then it will be permanently in the game. So keep your eyes peeled for that in the coming days. And if you do notice that button or do notice team balance overall improving, make sure to leave them some feedback on that on Reddit, social media or forums, as that's gonna help them a lot in knowing if it's working or not. But that is all for this video. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, may the force be with you.